directly by those on the front line. Atika Schubert, CNN, London.
And I want to bring in two young people from both sides who can talk about how social media is playing out its part in this conflict and what life is like living in the midst of this crisis. Joining me now is Oded Fromovitz, a resident of Gan near Ashdod in Israel, and from Gaza City, Rana Baker. Thank you both for being with us. We're just going to show our viewers a map of your locations. And Rana, you tweeted about the fact that you received a text message from the IDF, no less, warning you to stay away from Hamas. What was your response to that?
This is actually something that I expected because it has happened before during Qaslet and even during normal days when there are no attacks between both sides, between the Palestinian resistance and Israel. So I was expecting text messages of this kind, because this has happened before, and I think that in the next few days we'll be receiving more and more threats like these. Also, Israel has been dropping leaflets from warplanes on many neighborhoods in the Gaza Strip, warning them and inciting them against the Palestinian resistance.
Oded, what did you make of that IDF text message?
You know, it's this message is emphasized the way this whole IDF works. As a soldier, I've been a soldier a few years ago, and the most important thing that we worked for is not to harm civilians while we're working, and this is one of the most important things. We're aiming for terrorists that aiming missiles to the place I'm living in here in Gan Yavne. We have an alarm an hour ago. We have alarms all over the day. Yesterday, a few days ago, in the past 4 years. So we're not going for, and I really appreciate Rana for coming and talk, and really, you know, I know probably what she's going through, and I'm sure we both of us want to live in peace. But when you have a side that terrorists want to eliminate a whole nation, it can't work like this. It's not aiming for Rana. It's aiming for terrorists that are willing to destroy this place I'm living in.
Rana?
Of course, I would like for allowing me to comment on what the young man said. Of course, I find it very interesting that he's referring to the Israeli occupation forces as an army, as a moral army that targets only what he calls as terrorists. Because in the past few days, we have more than 25 people killed. 8 of them were children. We have 4 women and 2 old men over 65 years old. So it is very interesting that he is talking about surgical killings. This is something that we are not really experiencing in Gaza. And I can, of course, cite names. We have Sinan Arafat. She was 3 years old when she was killed by the Israeli occupation forces after the Israeli warplanes targeted her home directly. So this is exactly what the Israeli occupation forces have been doing for so many years, during Qaslet, today, and even before. So I have a very good experience with IOF. I have a very huge experience, and I can talk about it more than that. So for me, saying that IOF targets what he calls as terrorists is completely a false claim, because I've been living here all my life and I've been seeing civilians being directly targeted by IOF.
Oded, social media obviously keeps moving all the time, and it's part of the media now, of course. But since the last conflict, everyone seems to be on Facebook or on Twitter. Is it strange for you that your conversations with other Israelis, with Palestinians, is being seen by the world? So it's really playing out in real time, online. Is that strange to you, that it's a global story and it's personal at the same time?
I don't think it's strange, because we're living in a world that you know, in our ages, that the internet is the right world to live in for us. So it's very natural for us to work and to speak and to act on the media, on the new media, this Facebook and Skype, etc., etc. And I believe it's the right way to get into people's hearts, because as we know, media it's pretty biased those days. And again, I'm welcoming Rana to come to Israel to a seminar, media and conflict seminar, that really come and present the way it should be balanced, because it's not balanced now.
You've all become journalists, haven't you? I know that you put on Facebook a picture of the Iron Dome anti-missile defense system. We've talked a lot about that on CNN. You put it on your Facebook page. You live very close to it. So you've all become journalists through this process. I mean, that sends out a message when you put an image like that out.
Of course. I mean, it's as I said, it's a great way to show the world what's going on. Because I have a family and friends all over the world, and this is the best way. Because, as I said, in the media, it's very hard to show those stuff because, again, it's very biased.
Rana, in terms of the Palestinian territories in Gaza, how easy is social media to use there? Because you've got, I know that you've had issues with electricity there. So do you feel that you're at a disadvantage because you're unable to use it to the same extent?
Let me first thank Audit for his invitation to Israel, but I would like to say that this is impossible, even for Syrians, even for normal people. And I think that he knows that. I think that he should address that. Although he kindly invited me to visit Israel, this is completely impossible because Israel has been besieging the Gaza Strip since 2007. And just very quickly, I would like to say that when I graduated from high school, I was offered a place at Beit Lahem University, and when I applied for a permit from the Israeli government, it was rejected without giving me any reasons. So thank you for your invitation, but this is not possible. Now, regarding social media, I think that it is very, very important to me, and despite electricity costs, despite all the problems and slow internet and the problems we're facing, I think that we're still able to voice our views, to send pictures and images, and to tweet and to speak up and to report what is going on in the Gaza Strip. For me, it's very important that I am using social media because it allows me to tweet real-time news. This means that I am giving people the opportunity to see what is going on the ground in Gaza Strip in real time, and people really appreciate this.
Okay.
And I've been receiving so many tweets, but at the same time, social media is also